Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to go over several types of meats that I've put away for long term. And I want to prove to a lot of the naysayers that this 2018 with a best by date of 2018, not that this was produced in 2018, can of Spam is still good to eat. I'm going to eat it right out of the can so you can see that only because it says that the best by date was by 2018, a lot of these canned goods, as per the USDA, will pretty much last indefinitely as long as the container has not been compromised, meaning as long as there's no little pinholes, no rust, as long as the seal on it is still good, and as long as it was stored in a temperature controlled place where it doesn't get hot and cold and hot and cold. I try to maintain my pantry at about between 55 to no more, at the very worst, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, what I said before about the USDA stating that anything that has been canned or pressure canned for long term is good as long as the integrity of the container itself is good, and of course as long as it has been stored in a location where it has not been abused either by temperature or either by it dropping or being kicked around in order for it to lose its seal. We're going to start off here with one of my favorites and Victor's favorites as well, and that's Vienna sausages. And this here, I'm not sure if you can see these, the best by date on this one is 2022, May of 2022. Everybody loves a little Dak ham, and the best buy date on this is 2019. We have some of the Kirkland roast beef, which is one of my favorites, of course. Anything that has to do with beef is, of course, one of my favorites. And this one right here has a best buy date of 2021. I can't see the month, but it's 2021, meaning that it's been between 2 to 3 years from the time that the best by date expired on this one. This can of Spam is my oldest can of Spam. I kicked myself in the butt the other day because I grabbed the can of Spam because we were going to have it for breakfast, and it was my very oldest, and I was saving it for this video. It was a 2017. This one is a 2018, meaning, ladies and gentlemen, that it was processed way before 2018. This was the best buy date. We're going to take a look at these little sausages that I got on sale. I did a payday prep on this a while back. 97 cents. Go and check and see how much these are nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. Well, anyways, the best buy date on this was September 13th of 2020. Never pressure can bacon. I've heard it all the time. I've never had a problem with it. You can do your own research. Some people go 100% by the book, but I've never gotten sick, not once, from processing and pressure canning my own bacon. And this is my thoughts behind it, ladies and gentlemen. You know that Yoder's bacon that they sell in a can? That's pressure canned. Has it made anyone sick, or has anyone heard of anyone that's gotten sick from eating that canned bacon? So if they can do it in an industrial grade facility, why can't we do it at home? All we're doing is micro batches instead of macro batches. Anyways, those are my thoughts. I've got some chicken breast, or some ugly chicken, like Sutton Days likes to say, that I processed, ladies and gentlemen, in 2016. That makes this jar of chicken almost 8 years old, and it looks great. And my very oldest jar that I put away was a jar of turkey that I hot packed, meaning that first we cooked the turkey, then we packed it in the jar hot. Then we poured some of the broth from cooking the turkey in here and then processed it. This was all the way back in 2015, roughly 9 years old. We're going to go ahead and start with the easy ones to open first, and we'll work our ways up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of each. I'm going to put it on this plate. Then I'm going to flip this camera around so that you can see that I'm actually eating all of the pieces that I put in here. We have some turkey that I pressure canned in 2015. We'll save this one for last. I think we'll start here and work our way around. Or actually, what we'll do is we will eat the meats that don't have as much salt or flavor in them. So we'll probably start with the turkey and the chicken. This is a piece of our Dak ham. This is the bacon that I processed years ago, and I do have a video up showing you how you can process these and have them keep their shape. This here is a piece of the roast beef from Costco in a can. These are the little German weenies. A piece of my favorite right here, and I believe it's Angry Pepper's favorite as well, the All-American Spam, and some Vienna sausage. Now, what I will be doing with each of these before I try it is I am going to be smelling the container. A few of the things that I've always done to ensure or give myself the best chances of not eating something that's spoiled, especially if it's something that I've pressure canned myself, is first, you take a look at it. Does it look like it's supposed to look? So does this chicken look the way it's supposed to look? Are there any worms? Are there any green spots? Anything that looks really nasty? No, it looks pretty good. Then the second thing would be is, did it still have its seal? Now that it had a seal, everything looked good. You look inside. Does it look good? Yes. Now we do the sniff test. Oh my goodness, that smells really good, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And I would never recommend that any of you try this at home. But in real life, if I really needed to get into this chicken because there was nothing available and I was having to resort to my food stockpile, then what I would make sure is any kind of foods that I'm going to be eating or feeding to my family, I would heat it up really well to make sure that if there's any chance of any kind of bacteria in there, that it will be taken care of with heat. However, I am very confident that all of this is good, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try all of this just as you see it right here. As long as it smells good, like I did with this, without heating it up. That way you can be more confident in at least not throwing away a can of Spam or a can of ham or a can of beef just because it's a few days or a month past the best by date. So let's go ahead and start with the Spam. We already know that the chicken is good. I gave it a good sniff and it smells just fine. The Spam, it looks great, ladies and gentlemen. 2018. That's the best by date. And you know, I remember buying these cans of Spam years and years ago, probably around 2015, 2016. And I remember that they were about $1.70 or $1.54, something like that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, go try to find yourself a can of Spam for less than $4. You might get lucky and get them for $3.50 or $3.44 or something like that. But I would say that most of them are at the $4 range, if not more. Am I saying that these cans of Spam won't come back down in price? There may be a little sale here or a little sale there, but what I'm telling you is that if the regular price of Spam today is about $3.50 on average per can, what I'm saying is, in my opinion, next year, the year after, you're going to be paying a lot more than $3.50 per can. Because a few years back, if I had told you when Spam was $1.50, $1.70 per can, hey, in about 3 or 4 or 5 years, this can of Spam is going to be $4. Will you believe me? Probably not, but they are. So why wouldn't it be feasible that in another 2 or 3 or 4 years, this same can of Spam would be going for $6, $7, $8? Anyways, smells great. The Vienna sausages, they smell pretty bland, but that's what Vienna sausages smell like. Now, I haven't had Dak ham in I don't know how long, but it smells just like it's supposed to smell. No spoilage or anything. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what. I've never come across a situation where I've opened up a can or a jar of something that I either pressure canned a long time ago or something that's been past their best by date for a while and it'd be bad. I just never came up with that situation. Maybe some vegetables after a really long time start getting a little mushy, but when it comes to proteins, man, I've never had any bad luck with them. My oldest jar of food, 2015 turkey, and it smells just fine. I give this one an extra sniff because it's the oldest one. And it smells just fine, ladies and gentlemen. I actually remember canning this turkey back when I used to live on base, when I was still in the Army. This is the one that everyone's going to wait on. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So if this video is not posted tomorrow, it's probably because I'm in the hospital. This is the bacon, 2021. So I processed this almost 2.5 years ago or so. Man, and it smells like bacon. I'm really excited about this because I made a lot of these. I processed a lot of these because, man, I'll tell you what, has bacon gone up in price since 2021? Huh, I'll let you answer that question. The first thing that I'm going to have, ladies and gentlemen, is some of the chicken. This is the chicken that I processed in 2016. I am going to talk with my mouth full just so I can tell you what I'm thinking as I'm eating it. It feels a little bit dry, but it tastes just the same as if you were going to buy canned chicken at the store. But I remember when I packed this, it was just chicken breast with a little bit of salt, and that's it. All of the water that you see in the jar came from the chicken itself. And I can't lie, ladies and gentlemen, that was actually pretty tasty. Now, being that this is probably going to be our second most bland piece of meat, this is the turkey. 2015, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. Wish me luck. I'm sorry if you heard chomping. I apologize. I know that really gets to some people. That is really good. Because this turkey, I remember, it was hot packed. So it had already flavor. I had put a little bit of seasoning when I cooked the turkey ahead of time. That is really good. And when you hot pack meat, instead of having like a crumbly texture, like the chicken that I just had, which was kind of crumbly and a little bit dry, the hot pack has the texture like if you just cooked it. That was extremely good. I would say that that turkey, to me, was better than the chicken itself. Incredible. Let's see, what's our next most bland? Well, I'll say that our next most bland is probably this piece of beef from Costco. So let's see what it tastes like. That piece of beef, ladies and gentlemen, very tender. It's not chewy at all, and it's very fatty. As soon as I bit into it, I could taste the fat coming out. Very, very good. That was delicious. Let's see, I think this is going to be my least favorite because I remember tasting these and they weren't great. So every once in a while, we'll make a pot of rice or something and throw these in there and give it to the dogs. But these are the little weenies that come from Germany. They're very expensive normally, but you saw I paid like 97 cents for those jars because they were getting ready to meet their Best Buy date. Well, here goes. They're not really bad. The thing that I don't like about them that much is they have a little bit of a smoky flavor, and I'd rather not have that smoky flavor, but they're really pretty darn good. So let's go ahead and follow that up with one of our Vienna sausages, which to me looks perfect. I know some of you people are saying, oh my God, that is so nasty, but I'll tell you what, I love all of these. These are all great. And ask yourself something. These pieces of meat here, like the Vienna sausage, the Spam, the chicken, they're still relatively inexpensive considering what they're going to cost you 2-3 years from now. And you can see that they've lasted that long. And not only that, but these canned goods, I think, would make an incredibly great bartering item should you ever need to barter for something. Let's try ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to try the Spam second to last because I love the Spam and I just have no idea what that bacon is going to come out like, all right? So this is the Dak ham, which is almost kind of like a Spam. But check it out. It looks pretty good for being that old. Fatty. I'm trying to taste it all because it tastes really good, but it also has a little bit of texture. So it doesn't taste like ham and it doesn't taste like Spam. It kind of like tastes in between because it's got the texture, a little bit of the texture of ham, you know, like pulled ham or something like that. But it also has a little bit of a mushiness because they put a lot of fat in there. But it's very good. What do I prefer? The Dak ham or the Spam? Spam all the way. Now, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to try our Spam. What can I say? I love Spam. I know a lot of people don't. Maybe I have a little bit of Hawaiian, all right, in me. But I love Spam. I could eat Spam every single day if I had to. And I just found some extra room in my pantry. That's going to get filled up with Spam. Now let's try the one that probably a lot of you have been waiting for. And although I took out 3 slices, I'm going to eat 1 slice. All right, but I am going to eat it. This is our... Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. You can do this. I think this is going to be great because it looks great and it smells fine. So let's give it a go. This is our bacon. It's not crunchy, by the way. That is actually very good. I take it back. This is just bacon. It still has the saltiness. it still has all the flavor that bacon has. This is great. I am so glad that I made a lot of these because this is really good. I'm going to finish eating this and then we'll close it out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what can I say? Every single one of those meats that I ate were great. And I ate them all in a row. That way it didn't give me a chance to go and switch it out with something. And you can see that I was legitimately eating that meat that I took out of the jars. Just do your own homework. The USDA does state what I've already previously told you twice, that anything that has been pressure canned, either at home, as long as it's done right, or either in a factory setting, will pretty much last indefinitely, as long as the conditions are right, as long as the container is not compromised. Other than that, I hope you got something out of this, at least that you can can your own foods and have them at least last enough so that you can get around to them once they rotate through your pantry. If you want to buy canned foods, buy them in bulk when they're on sale. A lot of these things I've bought in the past when they're on sale, like those little wieners, those little sausages. Those things are normally like $7 or $8 a piece per container. I got them for less than $1, etc., etc. The fact of the matter is that with the powers that be who want to cut down our food production here in the United States of America and in other countries around the world, who want you to eat less meat while they fill up on steak, who want you to eat bugs while they eat anything that their hearts desire. Now is the time for you to stock up on these things. That way, if they become unavailable or if they become too expensive for you to get, that you can at least have some on standby to supplement whatever you can get during the hard times that are coming, ladies and gentlemen. And for many Americans, those hard times are already here. I want to say thank you very much for joining in. I truly do hope that you got something out of this. God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out.